Yeah, YouTubers, Tasman here, bringing you another episode of Tasman's First Look. And in this episode, we're looking at Minecraft Snapshot version 18w44a. And there's been quite a few changes. Some really exciting hints as to future stuff as well. So one of the big changes is, if you remember in the last episode, we were looking and all these signs had white text, right? Well, now they all start with black text, but you're able to change them. So just by taking dye and clicking it on a sign, you can change the text of the sign to whatever color the dye is. So pretty awesome. Pink does not work very good with jungle, but there you go. You can actually color your signs. The next thing I wanted to point out is there are like 10 or so new blocks, and we have them all here. Ignore that for just a moment. But as you can see, I kind of am using the signs kind of like a reveal, which is kind of cool. So here are the new blocks, and none of them really have much functionality as of yet. But the first one, drum roll please, yellow might be a nice color for it, is barrels. So in mods we've had barrels before. I'm not exactly sure how much inventory it holds and stuff. It doesn't have, actually, did this one have I'm trying to remember. You can't actually access the barrel. So right now, a lot of these things only work if you're in spectator mode. You can actually see info about them, or they're GUI, although they don't seem very complete. So if we do /game mode, I'm still not used to this thing where I'll have to hit tab again right there. But as you can see, like spectator mode, it has a little plus on it. If I mouse off of it, now it doesn't have one. So that's telling me that I can interact with that even in spectator mode. And not all the blocks have it yet. In fact, only these minus that one, these ones. And if I right click, you can see barrel. So it kind of looks just like a regular chest. It doesn't have a recipe yet. But let's see. It can be filled and emptied with hoppers, so it's just a regular half chest, not even a full chest. It can be accessed, like I said, with hoppers, so you can put hoppers above it and have items dump into it, hoppers below it to suck them out. Right now, all these things are only available in creative inventory. You can't actually make any of them. They do not have recipes. And currently, if you break it with the items in it, the items don't come piling out like they. What was that sound? Was that you? Oh, don't look at that. Anyway, so currently, when you break it, I think it might kind of act like a shulker box, where, whoops, I forgot I'm in ghost mode here. It says they do not drop the items they contain when broken. So that might actually, the fact that they put currently it doesn't do that, kind of sounds like they're going to make it so it's going to act more like a chest, just kind of a different look or something. I don't know. So the next item we have here, oh, we're going to switch back. Let's just go in these. These two don't have much of a, it just says furnace, and that one says furnace, but we'll talk about those in a minute. But I just want to show you, they didn't really have much in the line of oh, there we go. I was half in the ground, I guess. So the next one, what the heck happened to what happened to all my stuff? All right, the next one we have is a bell, and it really doesn't have functionality yet, so they're only available in creative, as I said before. They can be anchored to the top of a block, and you get this little thing that looks like that. They can be anchored to the side of a block. They can or not the side, the bottom of the block, and they can be anchored at some point through on the side of a block. So they'll actually have, like here it has this nice little stand. This, you can see it's hooked in, and then the side of the block currently doesn't work. The other thing to note about these guys is if you break the block that's supporting them, they do break. So there you go. We can put that guy back. And it goes ding. Sounds like an anvil. Alright, I didn't want to break the one above. Well, that guy's working pretty good right now. Alright, the next thing we have here is a blast furnace. Now, right now, so here's what I suspect from this and this guy. Since they're basically the same, we have a smoker and we have a blast furnace. It kind of seems to me that maybe they're moving away from having one type of furnace that does everything. Because technically, would you really want to cook your food where you're smelting your iron? Probably not. At least I wouldn't. So I'm kind of assuming that they're trying to separate these two, saying that a blast furnace will be for smelting ores, and the smoker will be for cooking. So the blast furnace, as I said, doesn't have an inventory. It does kind of work like a furnace where you can put in an item. Well, I can't access the inventory, but it has a bunch of wood in there. And so we put the wood up there, and then we can load into the side, we can add the coal, and it does smelt 8 charcoal. Now, another thing I kind of noticed was using, that one's the smoker, right? Yes. And that's blast furnace. It did seem like this guy smelted, but it smelted way slower than this guy would smelt. So this guy, you know, went through 8, probably as a regular furnace would go through a stack of 8 items smelting, where this one seemed to take considerably longer. I was able to do all kinds of other stuff and come back, and it only had done 6. So once again, that's just a suspicion of mine as to maybe they're going to make it so that, yeah, you can still smelt in this, but this is going to be more efficient. And yeah, sure, you can still cook in this, but this one's going to be more efficient. We can kind of test this maybe. Let's go ahead and grab some food. Let's grab 1 piece. I don't know if this is going to work because there's wood in both of them right now. Actually, well, I guess they got wood in them right now. So all we have to do is grab 2 pieces of coal. Coal, charcoal, and coal. So we grab 2 pieces of coal. We can put 1 in there, and that'll go away. And 1 in there. And we'll just see which one finishes first. So let's grab you out. I guess I have charcoal in there. So we should think this one would finish first because it actually had the coal going first. Right now they're hand in hand, so I don't know. 2 should be any second. There's the 2. Maybe they're the same. I just swear it took longer, and it would make sense if you ask me. But I had to make. Where'd all these other dice come from? There might be some glitches in the game. The next thing we have right here is the cartography table. Let me just... yeah, I think I said everything about blast furnace and smoker. So the cartography table, so there's 4 new tables. There's the cartography table, there's the fletching table, there's the smithing table, and then there's the stonecutter. Now I believe the stonecutter is the same type of thing that was in Minecraft PE before they changed it. My suspicions would be this is for maps since it's cartography. This, it has a little arrow on the side and bow, so this is probably for making bows and maybe probably your crossbow and stuff. I don't know if it's more efficient or if they'll actually require you to, or maybe all these will work just as crafting tables but give you a nice different looking top. Don't know. And then smithing table, obviously it looks kind of like a club right there. A hammer over here, hammer over there. Oh, actually no, this is like a wrench and maybe a screw. I don't know. So this is more probably like your regular crafting table. And the stone cutter sounds like it'll be used for making posts into fences and all that fun stuff. So the next item we have, and they didn't give, all they say in this so far is only available in your creative inventory, no crafting recipes, and then also currently have no functionality, so you can't do anything. The next one is the grindstone, and it also, like the bell, can attach. However, its side version actually works, so you can attach it to the top of a block, to the side of the block, and to the bottom of the block, and it looks pretty cool. I could see a lot of people using these for wheels on like aircraft that they're making or something. And the final guy we have that's a block is the lectern. And the lectern, no functionality once again, only available in the creative inventory. It says, and I'm not exactly sure what all this means, but it says it has an associated block entity placeholder. And it says has a book item field which holds the book item to be displayed. Cannot be set and is not written to the block entity. So I've seen like a little video where they were kind of teasing stuff where you put a book on here and like they put like quest, and then you could back away from it, and above it it would say the title of the book, and then you come on here and you click it and you could read the book. So could be used for quests, or I don't know. So that is the new blocks. Let me just check. So there's some updates to cats. Cats are now, I guess, official. Let's clear my inventory. So cats are no longer going to be formed by taming an ocelot. In fact, ocelots cannot be tamed anymore. In order to, you can befriend an ocelot, I guess is what they would say. So you can befriend an ocelot, but you can't tame them anymore. They'll trust you more if you give them food. They won't run away quite as much, I guess. But it does say with cats, the stray cats, they can be tamed. When they are killed, you get 2 string. It also says that like if you have a stray cat in your house and you go to bed at night, you might wake up with a gift from your cat. Now, it doesn't sound like these are necessarily like gifts in real life where, you know, you'll go to your door and there's a dead mouse in front of it. It sounds like right now the gifts are string, raw chicken feather, rabbit's hide, rabbit foot, rotten flesh, or I can't see that one, phantom membrane. So that's a kind of good one. You can actually get the phantom membrane from it. Cat collars can now be dyed, so you can do the same as you can. There are 7 new cat skins. I think there's going to be 9 in all. Not 100% sure. And cats will hiss at the phantoms. And phantoms are scared of cats. So that's pretty cool. We already talked about signs. What else have I got? The illager beasts. Kind of a little funny thing that was going on. I saw a tweet where someone was saying, hey, I just noticed that illagers are scared stiff of rabbits. And Jeb commented saying, oh, I thought I told so-and-so to remove that because it just didn't make sense that this giant beast that tramples villages and kills villagers is scared of a tiny little rabbit. But I think they kind of took that from the concept of, you know, elephants are scared of a mouse kind of thing. Let's see. Let me just check what other things I have in my notes. It does say players' wither armor stands all have loot tables now. Don't know what that exactly means because I really don't do much with the loot tables, and I think that is about it. Now, one thing in the last episode where I was doing my first look, and I was showing off how cool this is right here, where you could actually put inside a dispenser shears, and then if you apply redstone signal to it, automatically shears the sheep. Well, I came up with a cool little idea here of a fully automatic wool machine. So as you can see, why that we've been doing this, there hasn't been much of any. I think there was like 2-3 wool in there, and now we've got 19. But and you probably heard it a couple times going Ch, and that's this guy. So the concept behind this is we have an observer block. In fact, let's just kind of break the ground around here so we can really get a view. Can't remember how far back I went. Yep, that far. So the idea behind this, and I'm sure other people have come up with other things, and I don't know if mine's better, worse, about the same. I really honestly don't know. I did have to do some, oh, there it just went. So as you can see, one thing I was really aiming for is to be able to tile this side by side with another one. So you could actually put another one on the side, which is why it kind of juts out in this direction. As you can see, we can actually hide it so that all that you see up here is basically the dispenser, you can kind of see the observer block, and then that. So I really was trying to make it kind of nice and covert. So let's just talk about what it does. So as a sheep eats the grass, it will cause the observer block there to trigger, which will send a signal. Now it's a lightning signal. Did he just eat it? No. That was this guy. He's tricking us. Could you eat the grass, buddy? Please? Eat it. Come on. You know you're hungry. Do it. We really need him to do it. Anyway, what it'll do is it will send a real quick signal to this. Now that signal is not strong enough to really turn on and off a redstone torch. So we have to capture it with our... actually, I don't need that to be 4 ticks. What it does is it gets captured, because even the smallest tick will be captured by the repeater, which takes that signal. Maybe I'll leave it at 4, just for the fun of it. Eat, would you? Come on. Do it. Eat. Don't just look at me eat, buddy. Hurry, time's ticking. We're at 17 minutes. I want to get this done within 20. He's not going to do it. So anyway, this will just make the signal actually strong enough to turn on a torch. However, I need then to invert the signal. So right now, here I inverted the signal so that when this torch turns off, it sends it 2 different ways. One is it sends it down this really quick. Did you do it? Oh, we did it. See, there we go. So as you can see, it triggered it off, and it caused him to be sheared. Now, if we made this bigger, we could make it more efficient, but we kind of wanted to aim at doing it this way. Oh, look. Did he just do it? Oh, I think the grass just grew back. Let's check. Yes, grass grew back. So anyway, here's what it does. So when he does that, it triggers this, causes this torch to turn off, which turns on both these 2 torches. This, as you can see, oh, there it goes. He just got sheared again. This in turn has a very short thing, and this is just so that it has enough time for his wool to actually grow back before it triggers the dispenser. So these slow down the signal, delay it just a little bit, which then in turn turns off this torch, which turns on this torch, which triggers our dispenser here to fire off. Now as you can see, it does use durability on the shears, so you'll definitely want some way of replenishing your shears as time goes on. The second signal actually comes this way and goes through a much longer delay, because we want the sheep to be able to be sheared by the dispenser and the shears. We want it to have time for his wool to hit the ground before the hopper cart goes off. Now, in the last episode, we were messing around trying to get the hopper cart to go underneath. My biggest issue was I was using the wrong kind of rails. I was using activator rails instead of powered rails. So on this side, it has a 4, 8, 6, 12, 16 tick delay before this cart will get fired off like so. This cart will go here. When it passes under the sheep, which is right here, I think, no, not right here, he's right here, it will go ahead and collect the wool that is above the ground, and then it'll come here, and within just the second that it's over this hopper, it will go ahead and drop off the wool into here. So as you see, we have 22 now. Then this guy right here is just to keep this powered rail on. We couldn't put a torch right here to power this, and I don't like redstone blocks very much, so I really didn't use those. So in here, if we look under here, we have redstone torch, which powers this block, which the repeater here pulls the power from and pushes it into this block in turn, lighting this guy up without locking the hopper. So there you go. It's a nice little compact, and like I said, the big thing I was going for was, one, you could tile it, and two, you didn't have hardly any of the redstone actually up above the ground where it is kind of ugly, because redstone contraptions, as cool as they are, they're kind of ugly. So they, oops. So as you can see here, this guy will work perfectly, and I think it looks pretty good as far as not being too overbearing, you know. And we just leave this little hole right underneath that hopper so we can access the chest, access our wool. So, you know, if you have a bunch of these, you could just have endless wool. It's not the fastest. There could be faster ways, because the sheep just decides when he wants to eat, and also the grass just decides randomly when it wants to grow back. So you really can't control that. There's nothing much you can do about that. But it is faster than, say, you playing the game, then, oh yeah, I need to go shear all my sheep, and go shear them, and then go dump it in a box. This will just always run. So I think we're out of time, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. It helps me tremendously on YouTube. And I don't know if I mentioned it here, but those of you that have watched my Tazcraft series from like a year or two ago, it's coming back. I am so excited for this. I've been missing Tazcraft ever since it went away. I can't talk. I need to drink a little water real quick. But I've got 4 other people that are going to be joining my Tazcraft server. Right now we're just waiting for a husband-wife combo. His name's the Neolix, and his wife is Simi. And they just moved, and they don't have internet quite yet. And they really want to be on when we begin anew. So they wanted to be for the starting episode. So we're waiting for them. Hopefully that will be sometime this week. They'll get the internet back up, and maybe next Saturday or something we will be able to record episode 1 of Tazcraft Reloaded, or Redo, or something along those lines. Let me know what you think. Which one do you think would be best? I'm kind of leaning towards Reloaded because I can't say Redo. And that's it. I already said the comment, like, subscribe. Also, don't forget about my Great Big Game giveaway. When I hit 1,000 subs, I'm giving away 57 Steam games. They're not just really lame games. If you go watch my announcement video on them, I read through each of them. There's just a bunch, including like Tomb Raider and stuff. Is there? Oh, there is a torch under there. I was like, why is that smoking? But there's a bunch of games. And then also, I'm a bit closer, but when I hit 500 subs, I'm giving away 1 Steam game to 1 lucky sub. Basically, it's a $60 value game. They get to choose what it is. They just send me tell me what it is. I'll go ahead and go buy it and gift it to them through Steam. So really cool. And that's it. The Tazcraft will have its own Discord, so be sure to pay attention to that and be sure to get on. You'll be able to chat live with Tazcrafters, meet your favorite Tazcrafters, and everything. So I'm really excited. I put a lot of work into this, and hopefully the fruits of that work will be good. That's it. Until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.